So I'm coming live. If you are seeing the live icon here, then I'm live. If I'm not, if you can't see the live icon here or there, wherever, it means I'm not live. And if I'm not live, I'm not pulling cards. But since I am live at this minute, I am pulling cards. So today I brought a different oracle. I'm really excited because I haven't used this one for a very long time, and I thought that it was becoming today. So here it is. It's called the Mythic Oracle. I guess you can't read it because it's reversed, but anyway, it's called the Mythic Oracle by one of my favorite painters ever, called Ravine Felon, and she is just amazing. I mean, the images of this deck are just out of this world. So if you want a card, just give me your name in the comments and I'll pull a card from the Mythic Oracle. It has all the Greek pantheon, and so it's very close to my heart because, as some of you might know, I am of Greek descent or origin, and so it's all those people in the Greek pantheon that were my childhood friends that I knew everything about, and that everything was all the stories, and so it really, I'm so happy to pull from this deck. So if you want a card, just give me your name in the comments and I will put a card for you. Now in the meantime, I was going to discuss a little bit about many things that are happening in my world. So one of them is, you might see that behind me it looks like a junkyard. And it does indeed. I am in the process of moving my art stuff out of my office and to create a proper art studio. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, I'm excited. But that means that there's a lot of arts and crafts stuff that needs to move, and I need to rearrange a lot of things around. And in the meantime, as you do, because I am no Marie Kondo fanatic. So as you do, the thing is that for now it's just a huge mess, both here and in the future arts and crafts studio. So well, you'll have to live with the mess behind me. I guess it's not really a big deal. If you're interested in a card that has nothing to do with my mess, you can ask for one in the comments. Now, I also wanted to mention two things that are happening in my world. The first one is that this Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK, I am running a free masterclass, which I've not talked a lot about because I am this person that forgets to talk about the things. That's what happens, when you have a lot of things happening and not very much of a brain, maybe. So, oh, and I don't even have a link for that. You will find the link above the video, and I can maybe find a link in the meantime here. Just give me a sec. I will try and find a link for that thing so that you can actually copy it. So I can actually copy it and put it in the. So if you're interested in that, you can. You can actually find the link. So let me talk a little bit about that. It's called Stop Fluttering, Start Scheduling, and it's one of my tech things. Although maybe you've seen me around and you start to understand that for me, tech is never about the tech. Tech is always about how we, the human beings, as shards of light of the one source, as goddesses, we deal with the tech. And so this masterclass is no different. We're going to be talking energetics, but we're also going to be talking a lot about tech. And it's basically a workshop rather than a masterclass. And I'll be talking and explaining how you can schedule your posts on social media so that you don't spend your time posting on social media. Because let me remind you, if you are a business owner of any sort, an online business owner of any sort, or offline for that sake, posting on social media is not your business, right? This is a very nice thing that we do. We forget this is not our business, and then we spend hours on end posting and scrolling social media, but this is not your business. So in order to get some free time, again, to work on your business or just go to the beach, you need to be scheduling. And to do so, There are many ways. I am going to introduce you to a free way of scheduling, and that is Wednesday, 7 p.m. UK. You will find the link above and below the video, hopefully, but above for sure. It's free. It's happening in my Facebook group, Living a Goddess Life. So if you're not in the join the group, you don't have to sign up for anything. But if you want the 15 pages workbook that I've been creating for you that has loads of bonuses and content, well, then you need to sign up to my list and you will find the link above. Otherwise, you can just show up in my Facebook, Living a Goddess Life, 7 p.m. UK. And in an hour, I will sort out a whole Buffer account. So we'll use Buffer, which is a free scheduling tool, or at least there's a free plan. So we'll create a Buffer account from scratch and we'll post a month worth of post in there. So if you want to participate to that, well, I've told you everything. Now, if you want a card from this deck today, the Mythic Oracle by Ravine Felon, I am so excited to be pulling from this deck. It's a quite of an old deck for me. I've had it for years, and it's not brand new actually, but it's so beautiful. And I thought I'd come with it because it has all the Greek goddesses and gods that I love so much. So if you want a card from that deck, just give me a name in the comments, and I will pull a card for you. Around the energetics of the Greek gods and goddesses, and what's going on in your life that those amazing friends of the Greek pantheon can help you with. So hopefully I can see your comments. Yeah, there's somebody there. Hello. So if you want a card, you have to give me a name in the post, because Restream, which is the platform that I'm streaming on, will not always share your name and picture. So you have two options. Either you write your name in the comments saying, I want a card and my name is Violetta, or you go up above the video and you click on the link that will allow Restream to share your name and picture with me so that I can pull a card for you. And again, I'm never pulling cards without the name of the person and without their specific desire for a card. It's this thing around. So first is the desire, I am not in the business of pushing divination upon you, right? Either you're interested or you're not. And then the second thing is the name thing. How this works for me is, even if I don't know you, even if I've never met you or you're not one of my people, if I have your name, then it's like an anchor, like a tether that my energy sends to you, or your energy sends to me. And the card is then kind of a support or a place for this energy connection to land. Then we actually can connect in this energetic thing, and you get a card, a reading from me. Oh, hey there. Yeah, I remember the team called Undertakers. I used to be a teacher. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a teacher in middle school and high school in France. I taught English. I'm not a teacher anymore. And I used to be having so much fun. I used to play games with my pupils. We actually played a game, which is a game that gamifies the classroom. It's called Classcraft, and so that we have teams. And indeed, I remember a team called Undertakers. Indeed, I remember. I don't remember you in particular, but I remember because this pseudonym that you have is not giving me any help, but I hope you're good. And so it's my pupils now, and they're growing up. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting old by the minute. Some of my students that I've met when they were 11, 12 years old, now they're grown up. Some of them have kids of their own. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not a teacher anymore, but I work online with women, and I coach women around technology, which is it's interesting that it brings me to remember the fact that you that some of my students are watching me on YouTube, brings me to remember that all of my life I've been playing with technology, and yeah, it's really interesting. This is another bit that I'd forgotten. I think I'm gonna have to go all through whatever I did. Many things in my life, but most of them included some piece of technology. I wrote a master's degree on Bob Dylan's first four folk albums, and it actually included me creating a database for all his vocabulary on a primitive computer of the 1984 generation. Then I worked as a teacher. I worked as a bookshop keeper, and we created with my husband a database. So it was really interesting, that this technology thing has been with me all my life, and now this is my business. I'm actually helping coaches, feminine, spiritual entrepreneurs to get the hang of the tech and run their businesses online in a happy tech world, basically. And I am the tech goddess. Hi, Annette. Of course, I will pull a card for you. I can see a name there. So let me go and pull a card for you. So there we go. You have Orpheus. Ooh, I love Orpheus. So as I was saying earlier on, these cards are so beautiful. The painter called Ravine Fallon is from Australia. She's a self-taught painter. She is one of my idols. Look at this. Look at this beauty. It's so amazing. And the colors, the camera doesn't do justice to the colors. So Orpheus is all about faith. And I don't know if you know the story of Orpheus, but basically it's all about trusting that things are going to work out in a way that is good for you. So he's not God, right? He's a hero of the Greek mythology. And I'm going to read the little sorry, the little book later on. But Annette, what it's all about is Orpheus. Basically, his wife was killed, Eurydice, and he went to fetch her back from hell. He literally got down and he sang his way down, and he trusted that she was going to follow him back up and be not reborn, but at least brought back to life. And so for me, this card, when it comes around, it's like, are you in a process where you think and you hope, or are you in a place where you are actually trust and kind of whatever you're doing, can you switch to this? Take a breath, breath, sorry, and trust that whatever you want, whatever you desire, whatever you're working towards is just waiting for you. It's just around the corner. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything more. You don't have to have a new certificate to learn anything. You just have to trust and have faith that whatever you desire is coming for you. So I hope that makes sense, Annette. Let me show you Orpheus once again. If anyone else wants a card, just give me your name in the comments. Hi, Luna. Okay, no other card for you. One card a day is enough. Fine, no problem. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier on the free masterclass called Stop Fluttering, Start Scheduling. You will find the link above. It's a free masterclass on how to use, or workshop rather, on how to use Buffer to schedule your social media and why, and more, how many posts, what time of the day, blah, blah, blah. I ended up creating quite a comprehensive masterclass there, or workshop. So if you're interested, this is this Wednesday, April the 13th at 7 p.m. UK in my group, Living a Goddess Life. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention is I have, well, not I have, but my friend Chris and myself, we have an opportunity. So if you're interested in speaking, in becoming a speaker, in a global international summit, women's summit only, called Women Lighting the Way, the summit is happening in September. It's a 3-day summit, and we have a minimum of 12 speakers, maybe more, who knows. So if you're interested in that, sorry, I'm reading Annette's comment. Beautiful reading. Thank you. I can relate to this. Thank you for your time and energy. My pleasure, Annette. I'm glad if it hits home. So yeah, if you're interested in becoming a speaker and basically having access to an almost 1,500K audience to talk to, and build your email list and have loads of fun with the other speakers, participate in a live panel, and get through this experience guided by Chris Wallace and myself. You want to become a speaker? This is your opportunity. You will find the link above of the Become a Speaker for WLTW 2022. I'm so excited. This summit is happening again. Last year it was, we did our first summit last year. It was so much fun, so much fun. And we basically, all our audiences exploded because, because people loved it. And I'm so happy that we're doing it again. I'm so happy that we get to light the way for more women who will in turn light the way for more women. It's like, yay, let's do this. I live in France, and yesterday was election day, and I can't say that I'm really happy about what's happening in the country, and mostly for women's rights. I think that hi Sarah Jane, I'm good, thank you. If you want a card, I'm pulling cards from the Mythic Oracle by Ravine Fallon today. So I'm really excited to bring the summit back and to have a conversation on and open up the conversation around this double-sided idea that if we speak up, if we tell our story as women, this is what lights the way for more women to be enlightened and to change the world, basically. So this is one of my really close to my heart projects, this Women Lighting the Way Summit. And there's an opportunity to become a speaker there. So if that's you, click on the link above that says Become a Speaker and have a look at it. It's not a coaching program. It is not just a get a spot in a summit either. We will accompany you on how to create your talk, on how to use the platform, what kind of stuff tech-wise and mindset-wise you need to get to the point where your talk is ready. And we're really excited. We start first official call is April the 18th, so it's in a little more than a week. So if you're in there, if you're interested by that and you want to have a look at this, the link is above. Yes, the summit was life-changing, Luna. I agree. It was life-changing both for the audience, but also mostly, if I may say so myself, for the speakers. It was life-changing and business-changing, really. And so I'm excited that we bring back this opportunity again. It's like, hey, more women, more women get to experience that on either side, whether the speaker side or the audience side. So, and as per usual, as in last year, the attendance to the summit. So if you want to be an attendee, this is free. This is free. There is an opportunity to buy the summit talks in order to support the creation of the summit itself, and we then send money to a charity. Most of the money goes to a charity, but the basic thing for the summit is free. Sorry, Sarah Jane, I got caught into my chatting here and I forgot your card. Let's go. So, I'm so happy. I'm so happy you got this one. So this one is actually the one that is on top of the box, and she is my favorite goddess of all times. She is also, it's also one of my favorite paintings in the world. Meet Estia. So I don't know how you pronounce that in English, and I don't want to know. In Greek, we say Estia, and she is the goddess of the hearth. Can you see how? So she's associated with the third chakra. As you can see, I mean, the fire is literally on her third chakra. And so she is all about your sacred fire. Are you taking care of your sacred fire? Are you taking care of this thing that is you, that is your third chakra, that is your identity, that is your truth, your soul? Are you taking care of that? Are you tending to this fire? I always remind people when I talk about Estia, Estia's Roman name is Vesta. And the Vestals, her priestesses in Rome, if their mission was to keep the fires burning. Estia, just like Vesta, did not have her own temples. She had an altar, a hearth, in every temple of the town, including in every house for the fortunate people, obviously. And the Vestals went from house to house and from temple to temple to make sure that the hearth, that the Estia's fires were kept alive. If a fire was found stopped, it wasn't burning anymore, the priestesses would be executed. For me, that is a reminder that we need to tend to our own sacred fire, to our own sacred energy daily, more than daily, and be really close to that. It's kind of, if I cannot tend to myself, how can I tend to other people? And it's also, she's a fierce goddess, Estia. She is keeping the heat and the energy alive. She is also a doppelganger, if you want, of the Irish goddess Brigid. So you can see there, it's really strong personalities. But at the same time, Estia was literally so. How can I say that? She never wanted to live in Olympus, for instance. She wanted to live among the mortals. She didn't care about luxury or being treated like a goddess. She was okay being treated like a human. So there's something that is very humble in her as well. And I believe that our sacred fire is a very humble place to tend as well. It's not about ego. It's about taking care of yourself in a really profound and sacred way. So I hope that makes sense. And I just love this picture, so I can't stop sharing it. So if anyone else wants a card from the Mythic Oracle, just give me your name in the comments and I will pull a card for you. So it's an oracle with just Greek and gods and goddesses, and I love it. What is Sarah Jane saying? Wow, this is very interesting, very interconnected with what I'm experiencing at the moment. Thank you. Well, it's no big surprise to me. It seems like when I do card pulls, there's always a very connection with. Well, yeah, I guess I'm quite, good at that. Oh, by the way, just so you know, because I keep forgetting to talk about that. So now I put on my mind to talk about it every time that I come live. I actually pull cards and do card readings for a living. You will find a link above to my 3-card tarot reading that you can buy at any time. Hi, Darcy. Sure, you can have a card. I can actually see your face. Amazing. So you must have given permission to restream at some point. Oops, sorry. One of my cards has fallen, so I guess it's yours. It's on the floor right now. Just give me a sec. There it is. Ooh. Yeah. So I love that. It's Perseus. So Perseus is not a god. He's a hero, the Greek mythology. Cute guy, isn't he? And his the word that's written at the bottom of the card is courage. So it's basically a card that comes to remind you that whatever you're going through or not, the basic thing that you need now is courage. And courage does not mean not feeling fear. It means feel the fear and do it anyway. Courage, and yeah, get there. That it will need some pushing, some courage, some getting outside of your comfort zone, to go wherever you need to go, to be whatever you need to be, or whatever you desire to become. And the other thing, that it's not pushing like a mofo, strong pushing everywhere. Courage is also an energy that goes with thinking. You think about, it's not like, yeah, let's go this, it's not like bam bam boom. It's an energy that requires thinking about it, making a decision to take a deep breath and go for it, basically. So Perseus, courage for you, Darcy. I hope it makes sense. Yeah, I'm pulling cards today from the Mythic Oracle deck. If you want a card, just tell me so in the comments. So yeah, I had 2 announcements to make. The social media scheduling masterclass on Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK. You will find the link above. In my group, it's a free class. And then the opportunity to become a speaker in the it makes perfect sense. I'm happy. Good. So yeah, the opportunity to become a speaker in the Women Lighting the Way 2022 summit. I'm excited. I can't wait for that. This is going to be so much fun. Last year, it was just incredibly fascinating and lovely to see the speaker women blossoming kind of into their speaker personality. It was just so great, basically. And I'm so happy that we get to do this again. So if you want to be a speaker, increase your audience, visibility, self-confidence around talking live and recording and talking about your story, and finding this story, finding the courage, maybe that's Darcy, finding the courage to be yourself on social media and everywhere online. Well, maybe this opportunity is for you. And if that's the case, you will find the link above to become a speaker. This is not a free opportunity. This is a paid for opportunity, because we have a lot of accompaniment and prepping for to get you ready. It's $297 for 6 months, 5 months. Follow up, basically, and then we do the summit in September. I'm excited. So this is my last call for a card from the Mythic Oracle by Ravine Fellon. I just so love this painter, so love her work. I have a couple of her oracle decks or more, and they're so beautiful, all of them. I'm just trying to find a card that I want to show you. In the meantime, let me pull a card for anyone who is either too shy or on the replay, and for myself, so that we'll have another of those beautiful cards to show. And unless you insist, this is going to be my final card, because I have to go, because I have a call later on. We have Persephone. Oh, very seasonal card. So Persephone. Persephone is the daughter of Demeter, and her message here is awakening. So Persephone is goddess of spring. She is also the queen of the underworld, but this is not the card that talks about her in that respect. She is here in this awakening spring maiden personality. And the story about Persephone is that she got abducted by Hades, who's the god of hell, and became then the queen of the dead. But her mother, Demeter, was really annoyed, and Demeter, being goddess of cereal and of harvest, she kind of decided, okay, as long as my daughter is in hell, I am not having any crops. So basically, the earth becomes sterile. Obviously, this didn't work very much because, kind of the mortals were starting, the animals, the mortals were starting to become really, really hungry. And the other gods tried to convince Demeter to start, growing the food again and the nature again, but she wouldn't until they found an agreement. And Persephone could live 6 months in the underworld with her husband, and that's the months of winter and autumn, where obviously nothing is growing. So Demeter is not allowing any growth. And then Persephone comes out for the awakening in spring, and she spends 6 months with her mother in the not underworld, so with us basically. And at that moment, Demeter being very happy, this is where she allows for crops to grow. So basically, that's why Persephone is the maiden of the spring and a spring goddess. When she wakes up from the dead, literally, that's when everything happens in nature. And so this card is usually a call for new beginnings, awakenings, and coming to realize what your life is all about, and having new experiences. So I hope you like it. I will come and remind you about those 2 opportunities that I have for you in the next few days and weeks. And in the meantime, I'm sending all of you lots of love, and I'll see you around. Bye.